So one of the next things that's handled upon opening the clinic is that we want to call patients who missed their previous appointment. And the way that we track this is on our phone log. And so right now I'm in our shared NAS file, as you can see right there. And we're basically just going to go to the top there to shared logs. And then we're going to go to patient call log. This is a log that should be monitored and basically kept up with every single day. And as you can see, what we do is when a patient happens to miss their appointment, we put the date here and we put the patient's name here, and we give a patient a first courtesy call when they are 15 minutes late. We want to basically not do it any sooner than 15 minutes because we want to give them the opportunity if they were caught in traffic or just running behind. Some people get very stressed when the clinic's calling them because they're just 5 minutes behind. So we want to wait until about 15 minutes, but we don't want to wait longer than that because the goal is to get them in, and if we've waited a few hours, sometimes we've missed the opportunity. So if it happens to be that we call a patient, and so the staff member who makes that call put their initials here, we need to go ahead and make a remark here, and it's very important to follow the new patient call script. And so if we happen to reschedule the patient at that point, we will just put rescheduled yes. Our goal is to always get them in the same day so that they don't get behind on their treatment. And basically, let me close that. Basically, if an issue's been resolved, such as if Debbie Knight had rescheduled, you put yes and hopefully put the same day's date or the next day's date or whenever the patient was rescheduled for. And then you go over here, and when you get over into this numbered area where the rows are numbered, you'll see that it'll highlight the row and it'll be an arrow. But you're going to click on that, which highlights the whole row. Then you're going to right click and you're actually going to hide that column. So that means that it's resolved, and so we hide it. However, if we happen not to reach the patient, we leave them unhidden because what we're going to do the very next day is we're going to make a one-day call. And so basically every day when front desk staff opens the office, they're going to open this log and they're going to go back to everybody who missed an appointment yesterday that they were not successful at calling and rescheduling. And so once again, they're going to follow the same protocol. So when a one-day call is made, the initials are going to go here. If the appointment's scheduled, we're going to put the date here and we're going to hide the column. However, feel free to put any notes if you leave a second message or whatnot. And if we have left at that point 2 messages and the patient still has not been reached, we don't continue to pester and bother them. We actually wait until 1 week. So that's why the next column is for 1 week. So basically, on a day that you come in, you're going to be looking at the day prior, but then you're also going to scroll up to 1 week ago today, and you are going to fill in all of those patients who missed a week ago, and we didn't successfully reschedule them at the 15-minute reminder call, nor do we reschedule them the next day. Now they've been gone for a week, we give them another courtesy call. At that point, if a patient has not responded to 3 calls from the front desk, the call gets turned over to the patient care coordinator or to one of the providers. And so the best thing to do is to put that patient on the team meeting with a notation that the patient's been called 3 times by the front desk staff and has not successfully been rescheduled. And so the patient will remain unhidden on this list. And so this essentially will become a running log of patients who have missed and not been rescheduled. Having said that, if the patient comes in a couple weeks later and it turns out that they had to leave town for a family emergency or whatever, we can go in and notate on this log and hide them again. And if the log gets long, you can always click like that and highlight the column with the names. And you can go over here and you can click on find, and you can click find here, and you can always search by the patient's name, and that makes it very easy. But again, this is just a way to maintain a list of patients who have missed appointments, and it gives us a good procedure for keeping up with our recalls, making sure that we do call them 3 times within 1 week, but no more than that, because that can be very aggravating for patients. We don't want to be obnoxious, but we also want to make sure that we do the proper number of calls for each patient.